Hey, what's up, everyone? In tonight's video, I'm going to be talking about the top 5 credit cards for beginners. I know I spent a lot of time talking about credit card miles and points, but in this video, I'm more focused on the best credit cards, in my opinion, for beginners. And none of these cards actually earn points and miles. They all earn cash back, but I'm a firm believer. A couple weeks ago, I did a video, you have to crawl before you walk. And a lot of people may not care about points and miles or want to get into the intricacies of having to deal with all of that. And to me, no one that I know has a problem receiving cash back. Again, everyone, my name is Rod, founder of Points Blank Travel. I want to welcome everyone to the channel. And on this channel, what I try to do is talk about credit cards, points and miles, and how to travel domestically and internationally for little or no money out of your pocket. So if this is something that interests you, please subscribe to the channel. If you see something in this video that's interesting, like the video. I try to keep it simple. I try to keep it very, very basic for everyone. I don't try to go over the top. I've been doing this for a few years, but again, it's all about education. You know, you have to crawl before you walk. And then once you start walking, hey, we can take off running. But first card on the list tonight in the top 5 credit cards for beginners is the Capital One Quicksilver card. This is the second credit card that I got. It was pretty simple. The first card I got was a Capital One Platinum. I didn't earn any type of rewards. I didn't earn cash backs. I didn't earn points and miles. But with the Capital One Quicksilver One card, you will get 1.5% cash back on every purchase. Of the 5 cards that I'm going to talk about tonight, this is the only card that has an annual fee, but in my opinion, it's very minimal. It's $39 per year. You don't want to start out and have a bunch of cards. Typical, the average annual fee is $95 for most of your travel rewards cards. When you get into the premium cards, you're looking at $450 or $495. If you're looking at the American Express Platinum, you're looking at $550 a year. But what I try to do, as I said, I wanted to keep this basic and simple. And if you run into an issue and you can't get approved for the Capital One Quicksilver One, don't get discouraged. You have the Capital One Platinum card that is a little easier to get. And if all else fail, you can always go to the Capital One Secured card, which I did a video on a couple weeks ago. Next card on the list is actually from a bank. I use this card quite a bit. And keep in mind, every card that I'm showing you right now is still in my arsenal. I use these cards at least once per month just to keep them active. The next card is the Bank of America Cash Rewards card. This card here is a little more complex. Again, no annual fee on this card. I try to use it 8 or 9 times a month. What's unique about this card is you have a 3-2-1 setup. You get 3% on certain categories: online shopping, travel, gas. I tend to right now use mine on gas. It's just easier for me. You get 2% at grocery stores and you get 1% on everything else. There is no annual fee with this card. You don't have to have an account with Bank of America. And with your cash back, you have 2 choices. You could either redeem it for statement credit, or if you do have an account with Bank of America, you can transfer your cash back into your bank account. I tend to transfer mine into my checking account or my Merrill Edge brokerage account. But if you don't have an account with them, you could easily use it as a statement credit. Still use it in your benefit. Next card on the list is the Citi Double Cash card. This card has been getting a lot of press lately. A lot of people, it's a beginner card, but there are a lot of advanced people, a lot of people that have been in the game for a while to use that card. It's actually in my wallet this month. It's so easy. You get 2% cash back on every purchase. But the trick to that is you get 1% when you make the purchase and 1% when you pay the bill. Now, if you make the minimum payment of $25, $30 per month, you'll get 1% of that. If you're like me and pay it full every month, you'll get 1% of whatever that may be. It still may be $25 or $30. Who knows? Just depending on how much I use it. But it is a great card. It is they call it the lazy man's card. You know, not a lot of thinking, 2% on everything. You don't have to try to figure out different categories. I actually like the card. Next card on my list is actually one of my workhorses, but I highly recommend this card. Once you get established after about 6 months, especially if you're beginning, definitely put this card at the top of your list, and that is the Chase Freedom Unlimited card. I wanted to also talk about the Chase Freedom card, but I feel like the Chase Freedom Unlimited is a little easier. Currently, they have a bonus. Spend $500 in 3 months, and they'll give you $200 cash back. So basically, you're really just spending $300. You know, I would not recommend trying to go and spend $500 at once. You have 3 months to do it. You know, that's a little over $166 a month. Do it like that and keep it simple. But with this card, it's kind of like the Quicksilver One card. You earn 1.5% cash back on every purchase. There is a benefit because if you can couple this with other Chase cards, you can actually travel with this card. But just to begin with, 1.5% cash back on every purchase. Spend $500, we're giving you $200 back. You cannot beat that card. And the number one card that I recommend for beginners, and I'm going to explain why, is the Discover It card. This is a very easy card to get approved for. You may have to get it after you get the Capital One card. That card is a little bit more complicated. It does have rotating categories, gas stations, grocery stores, restaurants. Every quarter they'll give you 5%, depending on what the rotating category is. But the cool part about this card, again, no annual fee, $0 to own this card. But the cool thing, no matter what amount it is, there is no limit. Whatever cashback earnings you earn in the first year, Discover will match that. So if you earn $500 cash back in your first year, you can expect to get an additional $500 for doing nothing. So in your rotating categories, it's almost like getting 10% for everything you buy: gas, groceries, restaurants. And one of the quarters I don't typically use is right now, I think it's Walmart.com, Amazon.com, Target.com. And I don't do a lot of online shopping. So that's always usually in the fourth quarter. So really, I don't use that card in the fourth quarter. Another cool thing about the Discover It card is this card has hundreds of different cards you can choose to get. The one I just showed you is actually the basic. I do have 2 Discover It cards. It's the same account. I can use both of the cards. I love it. You can get 5 of them. They don't cancel any of them. It's kind of dangerous running around with 5 cards with the same account number. But I saw this online and I couldn't resist. And I actually had to get one with just the initials. It's the same card. It just has a simple RT on it. And I thought, man, this looked kind of cool. But the uncool part about it, since I got it, I really haven't used it because I'm not that much in the cash back. Hey, these are the 5 top beginner cards in my book. They're all cash back cards, not a lot of thinking involved, no cost or minimal cost with the Quicksilver One card. Again, I use all 5 of these cards. I've had them for years, some of them for years, some of them for less than a year. But again, just because I began with them, I had to crawl before I walk. And sometimes I like to remind myself, hey, you may need to step back and crawl a bit. Hope everybody's having a great week. If you have any comments, please put them below. If you have any questions, don't be afraid to ask in the comments below. Again, hit that subscribe button, hit the like button, and I look forward to seeing y'all soon. Thanks.